Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to our No Fires Savage Hunter challenge run in the Long Dark. Now, if you watched the previous episode, it's been a little while since that was published, and you probably know that I was feeling a bit under the weather. And I recorded that episode in a, I'm going to say, misguided attempt to maintain my release schedule. So let me figure out what I want to do here. I think what I'm going to do is still fairly early in the evening. I'm gonna break down some of this cloth. We're gonna get our clothing repaired, and then when it gets dark, we'll go ahead and sleep. I think I am going to go ahead and drink some water, because I don't want my condition to drop too much lower than this. And let me just make sure that we don't have any major ailments to deal with. I think I'm carrying around a lot of water right now. Yep, so we'll drop a bunch of this. I think I'm going to carry around... I'm planning to head over to Forlorn Muskeg, so I want to carry some with me. Let's carry 3 liters. And we've also got some tomato soup and some other items. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of this cloth. Certainly seems to be plenty of it here. And then, as long as it's warm outside, I don't see any reason why I couldn't stand outside to do some of these repairs. Let me just make sure that I don't have any... There's no reason I would have meat on me. Okay, it's not too bad out here. Let's see, where do I have a good view? I think this is going to be about the best that I can do. Alright, let's go ahead and do these first. These are going to take a long time. I'm going to get them up to a really good condition.
Yes. Need to close my eyes. The sun is setting. It's going to get a lot colder soon.
Alright, I'm officially quite tired. Gonna take a couple of
Think about his food.
repairs for these. I am hungry, but we'll deal with that in a second. That's in bad shape. This is the only thing that's extremely pressing. Gonna take an hour. Now we're losing condition to thirst again. Alright, I think that's enough. I might do a little bit more in the morning. But let's get inside and probably need a light.
I am so thirsty, I can't think straight.
Okay, just use this to find my way upstairs. You know what? I'm going to carry one more of those with me. And let's see, do I have a bedroll on me? Yes, I do. I'm going to make sure I keep that around. Okay, before I do that, let me just double check the food situation here. Alright, I do have a few more food items. I'm going to want to carry some of these with me when I leave in the morning, so actually I'm just going to take all this stuff. Alright, let's put this out. I prefer not to get food poisoning here, so I think I'm going to eat this MRE. I think not only does that have a low chance, but I won't really have to eat anything else. So I only have to do the die roll once. And then we can just eat some cattail heads, since those don't have a chance to give me food poisoning. Don't even really need to do this, or plenty of calories right now. This should get us back to full condition. Let's see, how much am I carrying altogether? Looks like I can afford to carry one more thing of water. So I'll do that. And let's be on our way. Okay, so now that we just have some traveling to do, now I can talk about some of my plans. So in the last episode, I talked quite a bit, and I had a pretty negative view of this run. And I was thinking about that, and of course, part of that was because I was feeling a bit under the weather. But I think another portion of it is that this run just has not panned out the way I thought it would. So in particular, the no fires
I need some water.
turned out not to be a challenge at all. And the part where we're having to face the animals has turned into a little bit of a grind. I've noticed in particular going after the bears doesn't really seem to have any weight to it. Just because all I have to do is shoot the bear, and then it doesn't really matter. I don't remember killing a wolf around here. But apparently I did. It's like I know I'll survive the bear attack, so all I have to do is wait it out and then wait for the bear to bleed out. So, those factors combined with the fact that I want to get back to my interloper mapping series mean that this is going to be the last of these episodes for a while. I'm not going to say that I'm definitely not going to finish this challenge, but I will be taking at least a break from it. And it's possible that I'll come back to it at some point, and if you're watching this in the future, then, you know, there may be more episodes after this in the playlist. But if you're watching in the present, you just make sure there's no wolves around here. Then this will be the last episode for a while.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Gauntlets. Okay. That's a nice find. I am warming up here. I could potentially repair those and put them on. I actually forgot that I was intending to, oh, I didn't make a, head wrap either. Let's just drop into here for a second. 27 minutes and a repair up to max. Okay, well that is well worth it. Those are an extremely nice item. Not expecting to find those. And I really should, while I'm thinking about it, I really should just go ahead and craft that improvised head wrap so that I have something on the outside slot. Okay, let's see. So that's going to be under clothing, improvised head wrap. Going to take 30 minutes. Okay, and let's get that equipped. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape now. Let's see. This is only at 57% condition, so I could afford to repair both of those items. That is all I need to worry about at this point. Those are in great shape. So if I want to take some time in a little bit here, I can do that. Did I search everything here? I searched all those. All right, let's move on for now. Now, where was I? So right, this will be the last episode for now. The reason I'm heading into the muskeg here is I'm hoping that I can at least kill the 5th bear. I think I already killed every bear in Mystery Lake. And I know that there's one bear that likes to roam around up here to the north. The train car is right up there. So let me actually head this way a little bit first. See if we can locate the bear. I have killed 4 out of the 5 that I need to for the challenge. And the other reason that I'm just not going to try to quickly complete the challenge is that I actually need the aurora to come. Alright, there's the bear over there. I'm not going to go kill it right this minute. Just because once I try to attack it, it's likely that it's going to get me hurt. I'd rather do that later in the day. Right, so completing the challenge requires aurora-empowered wolves and a bear. And like I said, the main challenge of that is just waiting around. I already know that I can kill the animals because all I have to do is cause them to bleed out. And then as long as I can make it into a car or a hut, then I can just wait for them to bleed. So I don't really see any point in doing like another 5 to 10 episodes of just that. And actually, if you're watching this and you'd like to see that, leave a comment just so that I know. And I'd say that will probably increase the chances that I'll come back to this. Let's see here. That cowl is probably better than my improvised wrap. 1 and 0.5. This gives... Oh, this gives 2% protection too, and it's in pretty good condition. Yeah, and since this is the last episode for now anyway, this would also be an opportunity. If you just have any thoughts about this challenge, or any ideas for a new challenge to run at some point in the future, let me know that too, because I am looking for other ideas for some other things to do that aren't just mapping in interloper mode. I think it's likely, unless I see some really good ideas for how to make Stalker more challenging. I think it's likely that all my future challenges will be in interloper mode. Just because the amount of resources you get is just too high for the game to be hard in Stalker. There is a hunting blind somewhere out here. I don't know exactly where it is. I actually have enough time, I might be able to make it over to Spence. And there's also another bear over there. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll ditch this bear and just go for the bear over at the old Spence homestead, I think it's called. Oh, that scared me. Alright, let's heard another wolf. Alright, well, I didn't see the hunter's blind. Actually a little lost right now. Hopefully I can make it across here. Just barely. I don't see any sign of the train track. Or there's the power line. So I know I'm in roughly the right spot here. There's the farmstead over that way. Probably make it across here. This collection of rocks over here looks interesting. I'm gonna go take a look at this. I don't think I'm familiar with this area. It's possible that I walked through here in my interloper mapping series. Oh, looks like there are some supplies here. Interesting. Alright, we've got a magnifying lens that I don't need, accelerant. None of that stuff is useful to me.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Got a bunch of extra calories, though. Alright, should be able to make it across here. Nope. Was wrong about that. Alright, we now have hypothermia risk. So let's go ahead and make it across the way.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Actually, I'm a little bit worried because I'm realizing...
I'm too cold to think.
I can't actually get warm anywhere. Because I'm not allowed to start a fire. What is up there? There's like a broken down tower. Looks like up there.
I'll take it.
Alright, well that's, I think, an improvement over my current gear. Let's see. Yeah, this is much better. All my lower clothing is wet. It looks like I am warming up now. Let's go ahead and step in here and see if there's anything useful hidden away in here.
This'll come in handy.
Alright, looks like I'm warming up despite all my wet clothing. Don't really need birch bark. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, we'll just go in here and loot this. I'm gonna hang on to, oh, those are just the shadows of crows. What am I looking at here? Okay, there is fishing tackle there. I'm gonna pick that up just because it's ready-made and it's a sewing kit replacement. Could come in handy.
I think I can use this.
Might actually want that sweater. The ski boots are really heavy, so it's unlikely that I actually want them. Ski jacket weighs 1 kilogram.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Carrying way too much. I'm gonna have to go through all this in a minute. I don't need more lantern fuel. I might actually need those climbing socks. I don't know if I have, let me just see how much is in here. Way too much. Not carrying that around. Now, there is a safe hiding back here. Let's see, this will take 45 minutes to break down. Oh, that's right, I have a hatchet. This will only take 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that was around 55. Feels kind of silly to be doing all this when I'm not going to be playing again for a while, but I might want this stuff later. So 56, maybe 5-ish. Oh, I just missed that. Thought I had to go all the way around again. Okay, so back to about 5, and then I'll finesse the last one. 4, 56, 4. Wow, made me go all the way around.
This stuff will come in handy.
Wow, a book and a rifle cartridge. All that mess just to get those things. Alright, we need to get out of here. I'm already getting tired. I really want to go up and check out that, but let's see. Probably carrying way too much stuff around with me. Let's ditch the ski boots. I think that's the easiest thing that I can just quickly say I definitely don't need that. And it's very heavy. Sort by weight. Drop the lower condition ones. Oh, I'm still carrying a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get rid of the ski jacket. Pretty sure I don't need it. Just sort by weight with everything. I'm carrying way more water than I ever needed. Yeah, I just brought way too much stuff with me. I don't know why I'm carrying 2 pry bars. That's obviously not necessary. I got all the wood from... Alright, this is kind of annoying because it's going to keep moving. I got all the wood from when I broke that item down. Alright, whatever. I should really get under 35. One more heavy item that I can ditch. Let's just drink a bunch of water. I don't see anything else that I want to toss right now. I guess this book. Alright. Should be able to just drink a little bit of water and then I'll be less encumbered. I like this track. I don't know if this is one of the newer ones. I don't remember this area at all. Did I even come through here? Okay, I'm gonna go this way even though there's a couple of wolves, just because it looks like I can get back to the rail. It looks like this is the best route to get there because I couldn't cut through any of that. So where there's all those tall trees and then a tree leaning, looks like this is the route. You go to that and then you bear right. Alright, we're gonna have to scare these wolves off. Didn't really see where the other one went. There he is. Oh, I hit him. It's gonna be another kill. Just getting an idea for what that looks like. There's also a little uprooted tree down at the base of that. Alright, looks like the weather is turning.
I need to find a place to rest.
Another wolf up here on the left. Also got one behind me here. Oh, he's after me. Alright, well I scared him off. This episode is probably going to run a bit long. It's going to take me a while to get back. Wait, there's so many wolves around here. There's like 5 or 6 of them on my screen right now. If this were Interloper, this would be a major problem. Alright. Just gotta get to this train car, and then, I think what I'm gonna do is put my bedroll down in there and get a little bit of sleep. Just to allow me to run back. And actually, since I no longer know where the bear is, I'm not even going to worry about getting the bear kill. I think we're just going to create a save point by getting a couple hours of sleep. And then we'll let things end there. And then if I eventually pick this back up, I may even try to kill the bear before I head back. So if you haven't seen my Interloper mapping series, in Season 1, I had a couple of failed attempts in the northeast areas. Pleasant Valley and Timberwolf Mountain. And then in Season 2...
Starving.
I was pretty successful. I mapped out, let's see, Mountain Town, Mystery Lake, some of Forlorn, Muskeg, although I haven't been up to the north. And Broken Railroad. I think I listed everything. Now, I just saw I had Frostbite Risk. Let's, put this down. And I just want to take a look at that. Okay, that's because all of these clothes are frozen now. So, if I take all of these off...
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Looks like I'm still warming up, and then I sleep here. Let's just get, 1 hour of sleep, and I'll deal with this all next time. I have water and everything. Alright. So, for Season 3, I think I'm going to do something slightly different. Alright, well this will be a nice problem for me to deal with next time. Good thing I don't have to worry about it right now. So for Season 3, I'm thinking I want to spawn in Ash Canyon, actually. This is kind of my last opportunity to do a completely blind run in Interloper. Because I know at least something about all of these maps. I know a very little bit about Hushed River Valley. Just because I had a couple of spawns there, and I've read it, it says there's like no man-made shelters, essentially. So this is kind of the only zone that I know almost nothing about, and so I really want to do a completely blind Interloper run in there. Now, it may fail completely, just because I'm going to have to find a place to sleep. I'm going to have to find a heat source. And just, you know, if those don't present themselves within a certain amount of time, then I'll just freeze to death, or I won't be able to sleep, which means I won't be able to recover my exhaustion and my condition. But anyway, that's what will be coming up. It's probably going to be, I want to say, 3 to 5 days between when this episode goes live. See the bear over there. and when I publish that. I got behind on my schedule just a little bit when I got sick, so I'm not going to push things too much. Alright, so that's going to be it for this series for now. Like I said, let me know if you really want to see more of this. I may come back to it when I get a break in some other things. So, as always, thanks for watching, and make sure to check out Interloper Mapping Season 3 in a few days. Bye.